that in 10 years we would have, a huge, gathering of leaders in all sectors of the economy, a huge convergence of leaders who have been groomed and nurtured. That was what Singapore did. Singapore took their very best of young people. During independence, we were up high in terms of development, but we found oil. Singapore had nothing, but they took their human capital and began to invest in these young people, and they taught them the meaning of leadership, the meaning of selflessness, the meaning of making a difference. They can do it spirit, and they send them around the world to understand how other countries work. And those young people came back to their countries without oil, and they made their country work. What I am saying is that in our country, those of us who are doing well in the private sector, whether we are in the banking system, whether we are in the entertainment industry, whether we are in the professional, in the academy, as the case may be, there must be a deliberate attempt for each person in those blocks to be very interested in our country called Nigeria. It doesn't matter where we come from. We have not been able to develop such an interest in our country. We have always said it belongs to them, to the few. You know what I mean? We have always looked at ourselves as we are not capable of making a difference. But what we are trying to say from the godliness perspective is that if we start early to inspire and nurture a leadership culture that celebrates the common good, that celebrates vision, that celebrates sacrifice, that celebrates integrity, then we must have change the conversations of what's going on in the country, that it's possible for quality men and women to participate in the electoral process, because when they come out, you have the willing population that will be able to push them through, to be able to come out en masse and vote them in, whether they're local government chairman and things like that. People, when they are groomed, will be able to say no to bags of rice. For instance, when people if they bring bag of rice and other things to win people's hearts for elections, if you groom them thoroughly and you grow the populace, even those on the street, you grow them well, what will happen? You will change the system.
I think it's very nice, very interesting to say these things. They sound beautiful.
Yes.
But we know our country, and we know that things are better said than done. How much of an impact have you had? Have you seen any difference when you talk to people? Do you actually think an effect has actually been held?
Oh, yes, I've had over 40,000 young people pass through this institution since we created it, as the case may be, and have seen changes in terms of, I've seen young people come to the conference and they don't even believe in this country. And at the end of the conference, they develop so much passion for Nigeria, and they are building their own ideas and their own programming and their own, visions and all of that, and they're making a difference already. I've seen quite a lot of them. I've met a lot of them in airports, everywhere in this country. Now, what I'm saying is that we need to now, institutionalize that process like never before, which is the next level of our work right now, whereby we will have people like you, Ebuka, for instance, who is making a lot of difference in your own space, all right? People like you now begin to mobilize people in your own space like never before. I mobilize people in my own space, and then our friends in other industries, they do that. And at the end of the day, we will now converge. And then under a particular, thinking and culture, we can now speak together in one language about the love for this country, about how we can make a difference. Then we can begin to plan on how we can engage properly in order to bring about a system that works in this country. The way the conversation is going in this country, I can tell you the truth of the matter is that it is not right. The conversations that they bring in the public space, limits the power of young people to be able to contribute to the prosperity of our country. And it is not right. And young people that are listening to me, they must understand that they have a role to play in order to build a nation that we will celebrate. I have great hope in this country, that this country will be a great nation, but it's not going to be by mere words. It's going to be mere commitment by young people, going the extra mile. It is not just in the 5, 8 to 6 kind of jobs that they spend time in. It's going to be extra effort in terms of mobilizing other people in the social space to be able to ensure that we make progress within our country. For me, I think that's the way to go.
Okay, tell us about this conference you're planning for next month.
Oh, yeah, I mean, for the greatest opportunity ever, 1,000 young people from all the sectors of the economy in Nigeria will be selected to participate in the Major Leaders Conference, where you would have, someone like Professor John Adair, the first professor of leadership in the world, who is the chairman of United Nations Leadership Institute, 78 years old with over 80 books to his experience. He's coming to inspire 1,000 people who love Nigeria. 1,000 young people who believe in the prosperity of this country, 1,000 young people who say they want to be part of the change-making process in this country. Next month in Abuja, that gathering will take place at the Transcorp Hilton, specifically. We will be searching for young people like Ebuka and his colleagues who are making a difference in this country. Young people in all the industries in our country who say, you know what, we're tired of just sitting and criticizing government. It is not about even criticizing government. We're tired of criticizing institutions. We want to now come and put our heads together and learn, first of all, learn how to make a difference. Learn how we can use our energies and strength and talents that God has given us to impact our country very positively. That is the angle of the conversation. The theme of the conference is from potential to performance, literally. So anyone who is listening to my voice right now, who says, I want to be part of this conference, all the person will need to do is just, basically send us a text. The person will just, send us a text on 080-335-12469. I repeat again, 080-335-12469. You send us a text and we would inform you on the other processes that you need to engage in so that you can have a seat. It is an opportunity for each person to fight, in a very positive way, struggle in a very positive way, to be able to, among the thousands of young people, for you to be able to have a seat. Is an important element of the program, and it's a conference that will change the conversations in this country. It's a conference that will make this country work like never before. I believe that very strongly, and it is for the very best of young people. So if you are listening to my voice and you're a young person making a difference, you are touching lives, people are following you in your company, in your organization, you want to be part of this conference, all you need to do, I say, is send us a text on 080-335-12469. And for the last time, 080-335-12469. This is the opportunity this country has been waiting for.
Well, I think you've said it all. You've actually answered all my questions with regards to the conference holds in June in Abuja. So,
Absolutely.
like you said, if you want to be a part of it, just send a text to the numbers and you will be hopefully shortlisted. I hope. You said 1,000 people you're looking for?
Yeah, I'm looking for 1,000 people, who are already making a difference in all sectors, of the economy. Young people with a passion for this country. It doesn't matter where they come from, whether they are from the north, whether they're from local government areas, it doesn't matter where they come from the country. The most important thing is that these are young people who are committed to making a difference in our country. Believe me, Ebuka, this country is going to work. But it will require our joint efforts for this country to work.
I totally agree. Thank you very much. I think you've put everything in perspective for a lot of us. And it's a very good time for this to come because a lot of disillusionment around the country now with a lot of the violence and insecurity. So people will actually need stuff like this now to get back to loving Nigeria, basically. And
absolutely. Despite of the challenges of our country.
Thank you very much, Linus. For that very eye-opening. Hopefully I get to be picked. I will try to send my text and see if I get selected as well.
that would be great. In case the people have forgotten, you could also give the feedbacks again for people to have the opportunity to participate.
No problems. I'll do that before the end of the show. Thank you very much, Linus. When we come back, we'll be talking entertainment with, like I said before, one of Nigeria's best rappers. Vector is in the house.
If you want to know what's trending or you missed your favorite live shows, you can watch it all on our YouTube channel. Simply log on to www.youtube.com/channelsweb. Scroll down to your favorite program and click play. You can also view all uploaded videos by clicking on See All. Don't forget to subscribe and get the latest videos. And if they are interesting, like them and be heard. Get connected with Channels Television's YouTube page. The news at your fingertips.
Investigating, exposing, uncovering, reporting, hard-hitting interviews. Sunrise Daily, only on Channels Television.
Understand our world, you have to seek opinions from all angles of the story and then question everything.
It's not about Boko Haram and Northern States. It's about the entire country.
Are you telling me Ghanaians are more honest than Nigerians?
You have 1 million policemen. They're not equipped, they're not trained, they're not intelligent.
We are making progress. If you like, don't call it amnesty. If you like, call it thinking.
There are changes, and we want those changes acknowledged first. There's a saying in my community that when a man does well and you pat him on the back, he will do better.
The only way to get the answer is to ask the question. Welcome to Question Time.